When Norman Vincent Peale wrote about the power of positive thinking, he was not talking about shallow optimism or painting over pain with fake smiles. He was speaking about the relentless courage of the human spirit, the choice to fill the mind with faith until fear has no room left to breathe. He was telling us that the greatest battle is not in the marketplace, not in the boardroom, not in the gym or the arena. It is in the silent corridors of our own minds. And right now, in this very moment, you are fighting that battle. You are facing the voice that tells you you're not enough, the doubt that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" The fear that grips your chest when you dare to imagine something greater. But here is the truth. Faith and doubt cannot coexist. One will always drive out the other. And the one you choose, not once, not twice, but every single day, will shape the destiny of your entire life. History remembers the people who chose faith when everything around them screamed doubt. Thomas Edison, who failed 1,000 times before he lit the world. Walt Disney, fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination, yet went on to build a kingdom of imagination that still inspires billions. Abraham Lincoln, who lost election after election, endured personal tragedies that would have broken lesser men, and still found the strength to lead a fractured nation through its darkest hour. What drove them? Not talent alone, not resources, not luck. It was faith. Faith that somewhere beyond the setbacks, beyond the ridicule, beyond the mistakes, there was a vision worth pursuing. Faith is not the denial of reality. It does not pretend the storm isn't raging. Faith is the captain who stands firm at the wheel and says, "Yes, the waves are towering. Yes, the night is black, but we will not go down. We will press forward and doubt. Doubt is the mutiny in your mind. Doubt is the sailor who says, 'Turn back, it's too hard, it's impossible.' If you give it power, it will take the wheel from your hands and drive you onto the rocks of mediocrity. Think of your mind as a house. Every thought is a guest you allow to enter. Faith comes in and fills the room with light, strength, and vision. Doubt knocks on the door with heavy boots and muddy hands. If you let it inside, it will track its filth across your future, stain the carpets of your dreams, and throw open the windows to the cold winds of fear. The choice is yours. Do you let faith dwell within you, or do you give space to doubt? The man or woman of faith walks differently. They rise in the morning not with dread, but with purpose. They see challenges as opportunities, setbacks as stepping stones. They understand that the mountain is not there to block them, but to teach them how to climb. And here's the truth that will pierce you if you're ready to hear it. The size of your faith determines the size of your future. If your faith is small, your vision will be small, your actions timid, your results insignificant. But if your faith is mighty, if you truly believe with every fiber of your being that you are meant for more, then no obstacle, no critic, no failure can stop you. Do you think Andrew Carnegie built his empire because he doubted himself? Do you think Henry Ford revolutionized transportation because he listened to the voices that said it couldn't be done? Do you think Oprah Winfrey, rising from poverty and abuse, became a global icon by bowing to fear? Number. They thought faith, not doubt. They made faith their strategy, their shield, their engine. Faith is not passive. Faith is not sitting back and wishing. Faith demands action. When you think faith, you walk differently, you speak differently, you move differently. You step into rooms with confidence, not arrogance, because you know the hand of destiny is upon you. You take risks, not recklessly, but boldly, because you know that doubt is the surest path to regret. Understand this. Doubt will always be easier. Doubt is the path of least resistance. Doubt says, stay where you are, play it safe, don't stretch, don't dream. Doubt is comfortable. Doubt never asks you to sweat or to sacrifice. But faith will stretch you until your muscles ache. Faith will demand discipline, vision, and resilience. Faith will call you out into the unknown, into the wilderness, into the battlefield of life where nothing is guaranteed. Yet it is in that wilderness that you find yourself. It is in that battlefield that you discover strength you never imagined. Faith whispers, yes, you can. Doubt screams, no, you can't. and the echo of whichever one you listen to will become the soundtrack of your life. If you want to rise above the ordinary, if you want to achieve wealth, success, greatness, then your first task is not to change your circumstances, but to change your mind. The man who thinks faith attracts abundance. The man who thinks doubt attracts scarcity. You cannot build an empire on the foundation of fear. You cannot write a legacy on the paper of self-doubt. The mind is the seedbed of destiny. Plant faith and you will reap courage, action, resilience, and victory. Plant doubt and you will reap hesitation, procrastination, excuses, and failure. This is not philosophy alone. It is truth. When you close your eyes and look at the life you want, do you see a blur clouded by doubt? Or do you see it sharp, vivid, alive with faith? So choose. Choose today. Because doubt is the great thief of destiny. It will steal your dreams in the night, rob your courage in the morning, and leave you with nothing but excuses at the end of your days. Doubt disguises itself as logic, as reason, as playing it safe, but what it truly is surrender. And faith is the refusal to surrender. Faith is the choice to walk into the storm with your head high, knowing that beyond the clouds the sun still burns. Faith is the discipline to rise again and again, no matter how many times life has knocked you down. It does not ignore reality, it transcends it. You must understand, doubt is never original. Doubt has no creativity, no innovation, no vision. Doubt repeats the same tired lines. You can't. It's impossible. Who do you think you are? But faith is original. Faith imagines what has never been seen. So ask yourself, what would happen if you filled your mind so completely with faith that there was no room left for fear? Vincent Peale said it best. Change your thoughts, and you change your world. The question is not whether this is true. The question is whether you will dare to believe it deeply enough to act on it. When you wake up before dawn to work on your craft, that is faith. Faith is not abstract. Faith is proven in the grind. Faith whispers, do it again. Faith insists, stay the course. Faith commands, keep moving. But doubt is lazy. Doubt waits for everything to be perfect before beginning, and so it never begins. Doubt builds nothing, creates nothing, leaves nothing. You must decide which one you will serve. Faith and doubt are masters, and whichever one you obey will shape your life. Greatness is not for the chosen few. It belongs to those who choose faith when doubt seems reasonable, who see the invisible, believe the impossible, and act as though success is inevitable. When you choose faith, you align with the greatest creative force in the universe. Doubt cuts you off from it. Think faith, not doubt. Let it be the rhythm of your heartbeat, the foundation of your choices. Your life is too short, your calling too great, to waste even a moment in the prison of doubt.